Salutations, my little ones, welcome back to another video. Now, I'm going to explain the Easter event for you, and I'm going to tell you the most efficient way on how to get the most eggs as possible. So, first, I want to quickly show you something I've spent the last hour on, okay? So, I've spent some time getting some eggs. As you can see, I have 10 condensed bait, 176 normal hollow bait, and 15 cube bait, as well as 18 mixtures, 87 common perk stones, 45 rare perk stones, and I used the legendary ones. I also have a lot of the eggs already. I think the only one I'm missing is the red one. We have the neon one, which is somehow godly, gives 10% health regen, 30% agility, 25% Reatsu, and 10% Reatsu regen, as well as the veiled tree and 1 out of flash step combo, 1 out of combat flash step. The white one gives 20% PvE damage but minus 5 vitality. It's quite good. And then the real chicken one, which is actually quite a decent, even though it is minus 25, it does give you 30 spirit, 30 strength, as well as 25% PvE damage, Hollow Fiend, and Egg Torque. If you don't know what Egg Torque is, every time you type something with a space in between, it will post an egg, pretty much as you can see from up here. There is also green egg, which is 20 vitality and 10% health regen, as well as gold egg, which is 25% Reatsu and 20% Reatsu regen. The red one, I think, is 30 strength but minus 10 vitality, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Now, there are some skins, which I'll show you. They added a skin for show, which just shoots a bunny, and it says Go Fluffy when you shoot it. There is also a variant for the evasive, which I don't have, but it shoots bunnies everywhere. There's also the passive mode as well. But anyway, I've spent the last an hour and a half putting eggs on this guy. He must have about 15 to maybe 20 eggs. Obviously, when I went across the map to go get eggs, some eggs may have spawned and then went to him already. But as you can see from his aura, he has multiple auras on him. As you can see, with the lightning, the egg, and his own theme. Okay, so here we have another egg. Pretty much what you do, you just lead it to... Oh shit. You just lead it to the hollow you want to give it to. Obviously, try not and accidentally feed it to another hollow that you don't want it to feed it to. It can be quite irritating, to be honest. But they do go the opposite way of you. So if you strafe left, they will strafe right. If you go forward, they will go forward. So I'm going to strafe this one over to where that other hollow is. And once they get to a certain distance, they will just automatically latch onto them. No matter how close you get to them. So there's another one in there as well. Further on in the video, I will show you the locations of where they can be found. But, boom, there we go. It's another one latched to him. Nerny Ancient Laliga. Let's see how powerful you really are. This is definitely over 20 eggs. Damn, okay. I should be scared. Okay, that... Does it just out-regenerate me? I'm really scared. I feel like I'm just gonna get one shot. Not much damage. It's not doing much actually. 106! 700! Damn! Nah, I'd win. I'd not win. I panicked. Jesus Christ. Okay. Finally! That is by far the hardest boss I've ever done. Fine. Is it still not dead? It's still not dead. There we go, now it's dead. Let's see how many eggs we get. Damn. Damn, okay. And I got nothing of importance. So, first, the best place to go is in fact Menos Forest first. Now, it's not a hotspot of a place, not many people go there. This also makes it really important. Now, you're not actually going to find the eggs in Menos Forest. What you can actually do is look out for the sound cues and the auras that the Menoses give off. There is also a really good place that most of them spawn. Now, what I suggest is, I know it is very, very dark here, what I suggest is going into your settings, turning shadows off, and then also turning low VFX on as well. So when you walk around, you see it's much brighter pretty much. And you will see that they have an aura on the top of their head. But if you don't see that, you can just walk under them and you can hear the music. And then obviously, Menoses are also very easy just to kill, because it just requires you to parry. That's it. They don't do much damage, nothing too special. There you go, that easy. Now, you're rarely ever going to find eggs, like for example here. This is the first actual raw egg I found in Menoses, believe it or not. As you can see, they're very common. There's one there. Let's see, they're mostly found on the corners of the map. Another thing as well I do want to mention is the Ajukas Cave. Now, the Ajukas Cave is a majority, well, the majority where you're going to find them pretty much. From what I've seen, none of them actually spawn in here, which is surprising. There's a lot of corners in here. But if you go to the Ajukas Cave, once I do actually, if I can find it. Right, okay, so here it is. A lot of them spawn in here, and I mean a lot. So there's a lot of Jukas in here, but because it's on the very edge of the map, there's also a lot of eggs that spawn here too. So, okay, come on. For real? There's not one here. Okay. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Alright. Okay. I have no clue what I am or where I am. I think I'm in a tree. I think I'm in a tree. So once you're in KT, I'm going to show you the most common spawns where they can actually be found. So the first is inside of here. There's usually up to 1 to 4 that can spawn in here. You can see there's 2 in here. There also can be in here too, where Yurichi is. The second most common is over here where Tyrant is, which you can grab one. There could be a few here. It's better to look around. Also, if you want extra luck, make sure to hug female Tyrant. There we go. Then the other spot can be in here where the Fullbringer guy can be found. For some reason he has white hair. I don't remember him having white hair, but alright. Now for the fourth spot will be where the Sakura tree is. Keep going around here. One of them can spawn here. But most commonly in the corner over there. Right over here is where one of them can spawn as well. And then for the fifth spawn, oh, there's one here, okay. For the fifth spawn, literally this entire fucking river. There could be anything from on here to this side to on the river, on the other side of the river too. If you just make laps up and like from up and 2, you're bound to find one constantly. Obviously, I literally just did join the server, so not all of them are going to be spawned in yet. If you go up and down, you will find a few. They can be anything from in the corners to over here, to on the other side of the map, or on the lanes. Now, there are 2 more spots, from what I know, where they're guaranteed to spawn, and it's a very, very good location for them to spawn as well, which I will show you. There's one here too. You'll find them everywhere pretty much, but there's also like little secret spots, for example like the Ajika cave. It's a good spot. This is a special egg, I think. No? Some of them can spawn in the middle of here as well, or at the down here. Pretty much, again, there's a reoccurrence for all of them. They're in the corners of the map, stuck, pretty much. This one is a good location here. I've always found a few here. Never have I ever went down here and there's not been any. So grab the ones that are down here. Cheeky little product essence as well. They can also spawn in here where the donation place is, there is one here. Condensed holiday. Now my favourite spot of all is in here. It's such a good spot because for some reason so many can spawn. If I can find the photo, I will pull it on screen, but someone found I think like 9 here. It was crazy. But yeah, here is definitely a really good common spot. They spawn absolutely anywhere and everywhere, but obviously there are a few more efficient spots than the rest. Obviously in the middle here they can spawn, but it's not. Come here, you little bitch. Get. There you go. Now, I'm going to show you the spots where they can spawn in Soul Society. There's not many, but there is one really good spot. From what I know, they are 3. In the main area, in the 2 villages as well. One of them you'll have to do some parkour for, but I will show you. So once you spawn in, usually there can be a chance, obviously if you're in a public, there can be a chance just to be 2 of them just straight up spawned right in front of you, which usually end up being in the corners over here. But in this instance there's not. So once you're here, you can get to a high spot and find a lot of them. But the first spot for where they can be found is actually in here where the clothes shop is. Again, in the corners. There can be 1 or 2 in there. The maximum I've found is 2 in there. They can also be found in the main area, just in here, but obviously it's a hot spot here. They can also be found behind the trainer, over here, mostly in these corners. But a really good location, which has never let me down, and I'm hopefully not jinxing myself either, is actually where the prison is. So if you come over here and go down this prison area, this place has never let me down. There's always been 2 here, which is 1 there. Make sure to check in these corners as well. And there's 1 there as well. So yeah, like exactly what I said. Never let me down. There's always been 2, and don't worry, they don't spawn down here either. If they did, they'll be on the NPCs, which they aren't. And they don't spawn in the prisons either. That is a really good spot where I found most majority of mine just from simply server hopping. Now, another spot is where the sacrifice, like the death chair, I forgot, there's a special name for it. I think one of them can spawn on there, but it will most likely already be on a NPC. And then there are 2 more spots after this as well. I haven't checked Hectormundo at all, so if you're trying to look for places in Hectormundo that have X spots, let me know. Post it down in the comments below, because then that'll help other people out as well. And while I'm getting up there, all these that I have here I will be giving away, so make sure you join my Discord server down in the description below as well. I'll be giving away a lot of the accessories that I find. So as you can see, it's already on the NPC. Simply just kill the NPC. I don't think it gives you bad reputation. I don't think they give you bad rep. No, they do. Okay, never mind. And another one spawns straight after. Okay. I'll catch you. Okay, just rolled back on. Alright. Now, for the other spots, usually I don't go to this one because it's not very efficient. Usually one doesn't spawn. But one can spawn in the corner here. Yeah. Then for my two favourite spots is, in fact, in the first rogue Shinigami village over here, they can spawn. As you can see, there's a special egg on one of them. But this place is kind of inefficient because they can spawn, well, they can roll inside the houses where you can't get them. Another thing as well, they can get under here, which can be annoying. Yeah, as you can tell, it's a special one because they'll have special effects. Like it's giving me a pot passive on me. It has its own dash. It also has its own theme tune as well. There we go. You just found a special egg, 1 product essence. That guy had 3 on him, damn. But you can spawn anywhere from under these. I think all of them, there are 4 here. Usually they spawn under there, but you can't really move them out. Now for the last spot that I know in KT that is very good, and it's never let me down at all, is, again, it does require some parkour. If you go to the other village, there are 2 spots in that one area. I thought I heard one, but it's just fucking time gate. So in this first village, there will be one already latched onto the NPC. Yep, here. He only spawns with 1, unfortunately. Kill these ads real quick. So you should only have 1 on him, yeah. So just 1. Get these guys real quick. Now for my favourite spot in Soul Society, where usually anywhere between 1 and 6, 6 is the maximum I've found in this area, is right in that corner over there. You just saw 1 move. Right here. Unfortunately I only got 1 that time. But they can spawn in the car. Here we go. So this, see what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, come here, 5, and 6. Exactly how much I said, 6. This area is so good. It's my favourite spot. And then also you've got this little mini village here. I think what they're meant to do is they're meant to spawn there, and they're meant to latch on the NPCs down here. But other than that, I don't know any places in Hectormunda that are quite good. So you'll have to let me know. There's another guy here. That guy had 3 on him. So, what would I say is best? I would definitely say Menos Forest is best because there's not many people in Menos Forest. KT is quite overpopulated, so it can be quite hard and difficult. And then there's Soul Society, which is not so much populated, and it's in the outer areas of the main area. But other than that, I hope you learnt a lot. Some secret spots, as you can see from the top corner in Soul Society, in the bunny shop, in the Fullbringer clothes shop. A few secret areas that a lot of them do spawn in. But once again, remember, I am giving most of these away in my Discord server, so make sure you join in the description down below if you want to get in on them. Other than that, like, subscribe. We're on the road to 4K. I think we only need about 500. So let's make it happen. And we're going to keep doing Peroxide content. So without further ado, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy the Easter event.